Hello everybody. Pat Lawless is my name. These are just my ideas and my ideas. This is my idea of sailing a boat in a storm, and only my idea. Now, this is how I like to sail a boat 36 in a storm, and the wind was southwest with the Gulf Stream, a lot of time more or less behind as a fisherman. So the seas in the wheelhouse of a boat, you do look at the sea and study the sea a lot. I believe that it's best to use jib first, then the staysail, and lastly the mainsail, if your boat design suits that setup as this does. It's used in areas wind bin. See here, the wind is on the quarter. This is before the gale came fully. So this is the jib and the staysail. If your mast winds up deep in the water, you're better off, I think, with a jib rather than the staysail, because if the sail is pulled through the water, there's a lot of force in it, and it will work way better, or have a better chance of survival with the jib, because it's coming from the stem to the masthead, and the masthead rig boat, as this is. So it's just that it will pull better with the sails from the front, and if you get into trouble and your mast does wind in the water, you have more strength from the top of the mast to the stem than you do from where the chain plate for the staysail is. So this is reaching pre the worst of the storm as well, and the jib and the staysail are up, and reaching is no problem for this boat. The rudder is well aft with a long keel, so she's quite stable. Strength and quite comfortable. Because if I would be less inclined to use the mainsail as just a personal thing. If you wind up, because it's behind and pushes you up. Now I have often used it in gales and it will work, but it's just that it is more inclined to make the boat broach. And if you get a big following sea, and you're unfortunate enough to have the main push it around, if you get a big heel, it will push it around and you will be more inclined to broach. So that's why I prefer the front sails. I just took in more sail. We're quite comfortable, but I said I might as well. I have about a quarter of the staysail out and a third of the Yankee. So we're tipping along very comfortably and delighted with the boat. It's a full gale out there now, and not a bother. She doesn't take water over the deck much. Don't speak too soon, she might, but that's fine. And so yeah, the only thing is kind of annoying me is the cans and the presses are sliding. That's fine, it's only a small thing. I'll have to organise something. Even if you tidy them up, one will turn and you'll hear them every now and again. Small thing. So we're tipping along very comfortably. I'm delighted with the boat. They're a fantastic design. The double ender, I'd say, helps. She really, no problem to the self-steering. I find it unusual to be sitting around in a boat in the gale. Normally, if you're efficient, there's work to be done. So, you know, you'll be busy. It's not a holiday camp like this. So yeah, if you're in the fishing boat, we'd still be fishing this weather 8, we'd fish up to 10. The last boat I had, that's good few years ago now, she was serious, solid lump for boat, 126 foot I think, fully shelter decked. I bought her up in Iceland, Icelandic built boat. There's not many boats out. But just sitting around here reading books, reading Conor O'Brien's book, nearly finished. And I have another one I've read one of Robert Knox Johnson's, his life, his biography is there. I might read that. But you go up in deck, sure, 10 minutes you have enough of it, could get wet like. Yeah, the two running backstairs are on, and the two small sails up, so we're tipping along nicely. Nearly dead ahead of the wind now. I was more of a broad reach. I just straightened her up a bit. I'm still going slightly east of Dingle, just because the anticyclone outside me. But I'd say the way the wind has gone now, I'd say
We're on the edge of the full of it. So whether it will head for Ireland or come across us, anytime will tell. The barometer is still falling slowly, creeping down all the time. So all is good. The boat is lovely and dry. It's a big thing. It's pure cork, dry as a cork. The only time you have to pump the bilge is when you put water in to freshen it out. I never had a boat like that before. Isn't that unusual? So, yeah, I'm delighted with the boat. It's gone up my estimation every day. Like to be running full gale and not a bother. You know, not a problem. No water coming over the decks. You could go out in the cockpit, you could chance it in your clothes if you wanted, but I wouldn't. Looking forward now to a couple of days of testing her out. To know what has to be done for the Southern Ocean. Like this is only a gale. It's only just a gale, I'd say. If you went into a storm, you just need to be better prepared. Now I could carry more sail and plough on, race on in this, but at the moment I won't. There's no point. Get home an extra day earlier, an extra half day makes no difference. So Shinny, we're ploughing the rocks of bone. We go our way, draw our pay and smoke our pipe.
As you can see, she's quite comfortable to be in, below decks or above decks. This is taken out through a porthole, so tipping along nicely. The gale went through different periods where the sun was out and rain and that. It was lovely sailing. Nice to get out in a good blow on a safe boat. So yeah, I really must emphasize that I personally would prefer jibs and then a small bit of the staysail and less of the mainsail. That was one of the few waves that came in, but it was just the top of a wave slapped off the side of the boat. So here it started to rain and the wind was fresher, maybe up to 9, strong 9 for a while. There was no problem to the boat. It just comes with the rain, the shower. The seas, as I said, weren't too high, maybe 4 meters, 4.5, 5 meters at a time. There was a small deep swell coming from the northwest, which give you the odd slap on the side. This was reaching again after coming out of the eye of the storm. We had gone into the eye of it. So reaching again, you're actually safer with the mast because she'll spill the wind. If it's coming straight behind you, you're more likely to lose a mast. Now there's new rigging on this, so I was fairly confident that it would be alright. So that's more or less it, and as I say, it's just my notions and that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having another good season next year and testing the boat out before the Golden Globe race. Hopefully get up to Greenland or else do the Oster. If I get ready in time and things go well with the pandemic, it would be nice to do the Oster and sail to America, sail home. But also I'd like to go to Greenland. But either way, we'll get to one of them hopefully. So thank you for listening to me. This is after the gale is over. I put up the mainsail. I was trying different things with the jib. You can see it's slightly backed here, but it wasn't necessary. I pulled it back again. This is out the porthole again. But she started to move along here. I fully reefed main up for a while. It was very comfortable and great feeling of power. See a boat shooting straight like an arrow. No problem. So thank you again for listening to me, and safe sailing to everyone.